Today we're doing section 1.3, slope. We're going to start with the formula. I've already got it written on the paper. M equals y2 minus y1 all over x2 minus x1. We've got the points x1, y1 and x2, y2. And that's my cat. Now label them whichever point you want, x1, y1 and x2, y2. But once you've got them labeled, make sure you put them into the formula the way you see it, because that will determine the sign of your answer. Okay, so it is important to put it in the correct order. Let's just take a look at an example. I've got the point -1, 4 and 5, -2. And we're going to find the slope of the line between these 2 points. So I've got M equals, let's go ahead and label the first one x1, y1, the second one x2, y2. So we've got -2 minus 4 over 5 minus -1. And simplify. So we get -6 on top, a +6 on bottom, so it gives us a slope of -1. All right, also in this section, we've got slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. We're always happy when this formula comes out because we no longer have to make an xy table to graph a line. If we know the slope m and the y-intercept b, it's very simple to graph the line. So I'll do a few of those in a few minutes. Before we do that, let me go ahead and just take a look at this graph already given to us. Okay, they already gave us the points 6, 0 and 0, 2. And there's just a line connecting those 2 points. And they're going to ask you a few questions from the graph. The first question, what is the slope? Okay, well you can use the formula like we did in the first example if you would like. That is totally fine. We've got 2 points, 6, 0 and 0, 2, or the slope is also represented by the rise over the run. So we can just look at 2 points on the graph and count the slope. Okay, so it doesn't matter which point you start with and which point you end with, and you can pick any 2 points on the line. Just make sure you pick 2 points where you clearly know what their values are. So I'm going to pick this one, and I'm going to go to this one. So the rise is first. Well, it either goes up or down. This one's going to go down to get to the other point. So it goes down 2 spots. Since it went down, it's going to be a -2. And then it's either going to go left or right for the run. Well, it goes right 6 spots. So that means it's a +6 on bottom. And that reduces to -1/3. Okay, so we found -1/3 for the slope. All right, they also ask us what is the y-intercept and the x-intercept. Well, we can clearly see them off of the graph. The x-intercept is just where it crosses the x-axis. And normally they write it as a point. So the x-intercept is written 6, 0. The x value is 6. The y value is 0. Okay, and then the y-intercept is where it crosses the y-axis. It crosses the y-axis at 2, so it's written 0, 2. The x is 0, the y is 2. It's nice to write them like this because it will help us later on when we're trying to determine the equations of the lines. Okay, our last example, I just want to show you a few where we're going to graph them ourselves. So graph the line. They give me y equals 2x plus 1. So the first thing you should do is just identify the slope, identify the y-intercept. Okay, the slope is 2. The y-intercept is 1. And that's all we need to graph the line. Okay, first of all, plot your y-intercept. My y-intercept is 1. And remember that the slope is the rise over the run. So you can put your 2 over 1. 2 is the rise, 1 is the run. So we're going to start at the y-intercept and go up 2 and to the right 1. Okay, and then you can do that again if you want to. Up 2 over 1. And you can connect your points to make a straight line. And that concludes section 1.3.